So I say let one supplementary angle be x. Therefore, what is the other supplementary angle? 180 minus x. This is 180 minus x. Okay. Now these two angles, this angle x, this x, and this 180 minus x, the difference between these two angles is 50 degree. So that means, according to this problem, x minus
किससे बात करते हैं? व्हाट्सएप में किससे बात करते हैं? व्हाट्सएप में किससे बात करते हैं? कौन है? कौन है? तो नाम बता। मेरा दीदी है, मेरा भैया है।
x minus 180 minus x must be equal to 50. Okay, or ignore the degree. We'll write a degree later at last. Okay, so now we solve this equation. Open the brackets first.
गूगल
That means x is 230 divided by 2, which is 115 degree. So this is one supplementary angle. Therefore, what is the other supplementary angle? (180 minus x), which is an x we have found this to be 115 degrees. So the other supplementary angle is 65 degree. Okay. Now see, there is one thing to note here, that the difference of the two angles is given. Okay. Difference means, when I say difference between a and b, two numbers, difference between a and b, two numbers. If I give you two numbers a and b, or let's say if I give you two numbers x and y, two numbers x and y, what is the difference between these two numbers? These two numbers, when I say difference of these two numbers, it means x minus y or y minus x. So therefore, if you see in the above problem, the difference of the two angles is given. Difference of these two angles. I have taken x minus 180 minus x. What you can also do is, you can take 180 minus x minus x. You can also take 180 minus x minus x. That is the difference between these two. So I can either take this, as I have taken here, x minus 180 minus x, or I can take the other way around also, 180 minus x equal to 50. Now you can solve this equation also, you will get the same answer. Take everything on one side, x on one side and the constants on the other side. So you get minus 130. So you get x is equal to minus 130 divided by minus 2. So you get this as 65 degree. So what is the difference here? See, you are getting here 65 degree as x. Here I got 180 minus x as 65 degree. That is the difference if you take the other way around. So therefore, what is the other complementary angle or supplementary angle? Other supplementary angle? (180 minus x) 180 minus 65, which is 115 degree. Okay, so either way you'll get one as 115, the other as 65. In first method you're getting 115 first, in the other method you're getting 65 first. Okay, so it comes to the same thing. Let us try out the other one, number 10. Let me erase this. Question here is, two equal sides of an isosceles triangle are 3x minus 1 and 2x plus 2 degrees. What is the definition of an isosceles triangle? A triangle in which the length of the any two sides are equal. Any two sides are equal, then it is called an isosceles triangle. Okay, so let me draw a triangle first. Here, let's say this is our triangle. You have A, B, and C. Okay, suppose these two sides are equal. Suppose. Okay, what are the length of the equal sides given? Length of the equal sides. See, two equal sides of an isosceles triangle are 3x minus 1 and 2x plus 2. Let us take this as 3x minus 1, and let us take the other as 2x plus 2. What is the side that remains? This BC side remains. What is given here? The third side is 2x units. So the third side is 2x units. Okay. The question here is find x and the perimeter of the triangle. So I start by saying let AB equal to AC. AB is the what side? AB is this side, and AC is what side? This side. Let AB is equal to AC, where AB is equal to 3x minus 1 and AC is equal to 2x plus 2. Okay. So according to this problem, AB is equal to AC. So that means what is the length of AB? 3x minus 1. And what is the length of AC? 2x plus 2. So we have formed our equation to find x. We'll solve this equation. Means we have got x is equal to 3. So first part of the question is answered. Find x. We have found this. The next part of the question is find the perimeter. So in order to, what do you mean by perimeter of a triangle? A perimeter of any figure. What does it mean? Can anyone tell me what perimeter means?
So it means that it's boundary.
What boundary?
Boundary. The length of the boundary.
Sum of the sides of any figure, sum of the length of the sides of any figure is called its perimeter. So if you are speaking of a triangle, it means the sum of the lengths of the triangle. Okay. So there are two methods in which you can do this. The first is find the individual lengths, then add them up. Or you add them up algebraically first and then put the value of x. Let us first do the normal method, the first method, which is, so therefore, what is AB? AB is 3x minus 1, and we have found x to be 3. 3 into 3 minus 1. Okay. So we have got this as 9 minus 1, which is 8 units. Since nothing is given, centimeter or meter, whatever, we will simply say units. AC. AC is what? 2x plus 2. So we have got this as 2 into 3 plus 2, which is 6 plus 2, which is 8. In fact, even without calculating, you could have written AC is equal to 8, because you know AB and AC are equal from here. Okay. And what about the third side, BC? BC is 2x. This is 2 into 3, which is 6 units. So therefore, what is the perimeter of triangle ABC? It is the sum of the sides AB plus AC plus BC.
Sir, the
8.
last one I haven't understood the sum.
Which one? Last one, which one?
Sir, this part, the ABC and AC and BC and BC.
AC and BC and
AB
BC.
and AC. No, sir. AB and AC and BC, that one.
The starting one. From the starting
No,
only.
sir. No, sir. That you multiplied with 3, how
See,
you
I have
got
taken
the...
AB is equal to 3x minus 1. I have taken
Yes,
AC
sir.
is equal to 2x plus 2. I have found out the value of x here. Because AB is equal to AC, it is an isosceles triangle. With the help of this condition, I
Yes.
have found out the value of x. Now I am proceeding to put the value of x in each of AB and AC to find out their lengths. So AB I have got 8 units. AC I have got 8 units. And what was BC? The third side?
6 units.
2x.
2x.
So this is, I have put the value to get 6 units. So I know each of the sides of the triangle I know. Okay. So the perimeter will be sum of the lengths of each of the sides. AB is I have found out to be 8 units. AC I have found out to be 8 units. And BC I have found out to be 6 units. So this is 16 plus 6, 22 units is the perimeter. You can do this. Otherwise, what you can do is, you can directly write perimeter of triangle ABC is equal to AB plus AC plus BC. And what is AB? AB is 3x minus 1. What is BC?
2x plus 2.
2x plus 2. 2x plus 2. And BC you know as 2x. So you add all this. So you get 3x plus 2x as 7x. And 2 minus 1 will give you a plus 1. So 7x plus 1. Now what I do, the perimeter of this triangle ABC is 7x plus 1. Now I put the value of x. What is the value of x I have found out? I found out this to be 3. 7 into 3 plus 1, which is 21 plus 1, which is 22 units. Okay. So you either find out the length individually and then add up to get 22 units, or you find the sum from the algebraic expressions only here to get 7x plus 1, and then finally you put the value. But this condition will give you the value of x. Okay. Any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
See the next one, number 11. Okay, number 11. The question here is, a rectangle is 10 centimeter long. That means the length of the rectangle is 10 centimeter and 8 centimeter wide. Breadth of the rectangle is 8 centimeter. When each side of the rectangle is increased by x centimeter, that means length is increased by x centimeter, the breadth is increased by x centimeter. Now suppose if I tell you that the length of the triangle of a rectangle is 10 centimeter, I increase it by 2 centimeter. What is the final length or the new length? 10 plus 2, right? If I say I increase the breadth of a rectangle by 2 centimeter, where the initial breadth is 8 centimeter, what is the new breadth? 8 plus 2, right? So here each of the length and breadth are increased by x centimeter. When they are increased by x centimeter, the perimeter is doubled. Doubled means double of what it was previously, double of the original. Find the equation, find an equation in x, and hence find the area of the new rectangle. Okay, so let us draw two rectangles. This is my original rectangle, and this is a rectangle which I have increased the length and breadth. So this is my original rectangle. Okay, and this is my new rectangle. Okay, what are the length and breadth of the original rectangle given? The length is given to be 10 meters. Let us call this rectangle ABCD. Let us call this rectangle PQRS. Okay, so 10 meters given to be the original length of the original rectangle. And what is the breadth given? The breadth is given to be 10 centimeter, in fact, not meter, 10 centimeter. And this is 8 centimeter. Okay, now what is done? The length and breadth of the rectangle are increased by x. That means from 10, I increase the length to 10 plus x. Okay, and from 8, I increase the length to 8 plus x centimeters. Okay, now what happens when I increase? The perimeter is doubled. That means the perimeter of this rectangle is double the perimeter of this rectangle, isn't it? So therefore, I proceed to find out the perimeter of the two rectangles. So what I do is I write perimeter of rectangle or original rectangle. Let's write original. Do you know the expression for perimeter of rectangle? Do you know
Yes, sir.
what is the perimeter of rectangle?
So 2L plus B.
Yes, twice of L plus B, twice of length plus breadth. So twice for this rectangle ABCD, original rectangle. Here, what is the length? 10. And what is the breadth? 8. We have found out this to be 36 centimeter. This is the perimeter of the original rectangle. And what original rectangle? Let's ABCD. Perimeter of the original rectangle ABCD is 36 centimeter. We now proceed to find out the perimeter of the new rectangle. And in this case, what is the length? The length here is 10 plus x. And the breadth here is 8 plus x. Let us simplify this algebraic expression. We have twice 10 plus x plus 8 plus x, which is 18 plus 2x. If you multiply this, you get 36 plus 4x. This is the perimeter of our new rectangle. According to the problem, what is given? Perimeter of the new rectangle PQRS is equal to double the perimeter of original rectangle ABCD. This is what the condition is given. See here, when each side of the rectangle is increased by x meter to get the new rectangle PQRS, its perimeter is doubled. That means the perimeter the perimeter of this rectangle is double the perimeter of this rectangle. We shall use this condition to find out an equation in x. Perimeter of PQRS, we have found this to be 36 plus 4x. Twice perimeter of the original rectangle here is 36. So 2 into 36. So we now have formed the equation and we'll solve this equation. 36 plus 4x is equal to 72. 4x is 72 minus 36. 4x is 36. Means x is 36 by 9. That means x is 4. So this will cancel with 4. Okay, so we have found out x. What is the question here? Find the area of the new rectangle. Area of the new rectangle means area of this rectangle, PQRS. So first of all, let us find out the new length. Length of the new rectangle, PQRS. What is the length? 10 plus x. And x we have found out to be 4. So it becomes 14 centimeters. Breadth of the new rectangle, ABCD, is equal to, what is the breadth? Yes, 8 plus x. 8 plus 4, 12 centimeter. Therefore, what is the area? Question is find the area of the new rectangle. Therefore, area of the new rectangle,
So length
PQRS.
into breadth.
Yes. What is the length? Length we have found out to be 14. And what is the breadth? 12. So 14 and 12 is 140 plus 28, 168 centimeter square. Any questions? Oh, this should be
No,
9.
sir.
My mistake. There's a small mistake here. This should be 4. I divided by, should be 4. So this will cancel with 9. So you get x is equal to 9. Okay, so this should be 9. And this also should be 9. It will change. 10 plus 9 equal to 19 centimeter is your new length. And 8 plus 9. So 17 centimeter is your new breadth. So your area will be 19 into 17, which is 323 centimeters square. Okay, so this will cancel with this 9 times. I have written 9 mistakenly in the denominator. Okay, so any questions here? Then we proceed to the next one.
No, sir. No, sir.
Now see this one, number 12. A streamer goes downstream and covers the distance between two ports in 5 hours, while it covers the same distance upstream in 6 hours. If the speed of the stream is 1 kilometer per hour, find the speed of the streamer in still water and the distance between the ports. Fine, let us draw this a little bit. So you have this river or whatever water body is there. Okay. And you have this river. Okay. Water is flowing. Say our water is flowing in this direction. Okay. And what is the speed with which the water is flowing? 1 kilometer per hour. Okay. And I have two ports here. Port A and say port B in these two places. Okay. And what happens? I have a boat, a streamer, which wants to move from port A, port B to A, and then from port A to port B. Fine. Now this streamer will go in two directions. Okay, let me take two different locations here. Let us take port B to be somewhere over here. Let us take port B to be somewhere over here. Okay, now the streamer will move from here to here, and then from here to here. Okay, and water is flowing in this direction at the rate of 1 kilometer per hour. Okay, now what happens is that this what do you mean by downstream and upstream? That is the question. Downstream means that when the streamer is moving from this direction to this direction, okay, what is it doing? It is flowing with the flow, right? So what happens, the speed of the water is actually pushing the streamer. It is actually helping the streamer move ahead. That is what we call downstream. In this case, what happens is that the speed of the streamer increases because even the water is helping it to move. So that is what we call downstream. Downstream means when the water is helping the streamer move ahead. Okay, and upstream means when it is against the flow of water. Okay, for example, if it is moving in this direction, then it is against the direction of the flow because the flow is in this direction, right? So what will the water do? The water will actually slow down the speed of the streamer. So what happens in upstream, the streamer is actually moving against the direction of water. Okay, and water is actually slowing down the speed of the streamer. Okay, that is what downstream and upstream means. So obviously, to go downstream, it will take lesser time because water is helping it move. And upstream, when it is against the flow of water, it will take longer time because water is obstructing its path, right? The speed of the water. So that is why it takes 5 hours downstream, that is with the flow, and 6 hours upstream against the flow of water. What is given? The speed of the stream is given to be 1 kilometer per hour. So this flow, the speed at which water is flowing is 1 kilometer per hour. The question here is find the speed of the streamer in still water. What do you mean by still water? Suppose the water was not flowing. Suppose the water was still, like in a pond. Unlike a river, suppose the water is suppose the water is still, as in a pond. Then what would have happened? Instead of this being a river, a flowing river, if this was a pond, where water was not flowing, then what would be the speed of the streamer? Okay, and also the next question is distance between the ports. So we shall answer the first question first. What is the speed of the streamer in still water? So what I'll do is I'll assume let the speed of the streamer in still water be x. Okay, now speed of the streamer in still water is x. So what is the speed upstream? If the water was flowing, if the water was not still, if the water was flowing, then what should be the speed of the streamer in speed upstream? That is when it is moving against the flow. What is the speed of this river? 1 kilometer per hour, right? So the speed of the streamer will decrease by 1 kilometer per hour when it is going against the flow. So this is the speed upstream, right? X kilometer per hour. What is the speed downstream? In downstream, when the streamer is flowing down, is actually sailing downstream, then what is the speed the water actually helps the streamer flow? So this should be x plus 1 kilometer per hour, right? So I've got the speed upstream, I've got the speed downstream. So what is the distance covered upstream? By the streamer upstream is equal to speed upstream, distance is equal to speed into time, right? So speed upstream into time. What is the speed upstream? X minus 1. And what is the time taken upstream? See, in the problem it's given. The time taken upstream is 5 hours. So multiply this by 5. So you simply get 5 into x minus 1. Distance covered by the streamer downstream. Downstream means with the flow. What is the speed of the streamer with the flow? X plus 1. And how much is the time being taken? 6 hours downstream. So I've got the distance in both the cases. Now see, the distance between port A and port B will remain the same whether you travel this way or whether you travel this way, because it has a definite route, right? The streamer has a definite route. So the distance between the ports will remain the same. That means these two distances must be equal. So according to the problem, this distance traveled upstream must be equal to distance traveled downstream. Now we shall solve this equation. Oh, I have made a mistake here. Distance traveled, what is the time taken upstream? Time taken upstream is 6. So this is 6 into x minus 1. And distance time taken downstream is 5. Obviously, it will take less time. Okay. So this is just 6 into x minus 1 is equal to 5 times x plus 1. So this is equal to 5x minus 5. And 6x minus 5x, 5 plus 6. That means x is equal to 11 kilometer per hour. So what is the speed of the streamer in still water? If the river had not been flowing, if it was a pond, then the speed of the streamer would have been 11 kilometer per hour. Okay. So we have answered the first part of the question. Find the speed of the streamer in still water. Now the question is distance between the ports. Now what is the distance between the ports? Distance between the ports is either 6x minus 1 or 5 into x plus 1. Any one. Okay, because distance remains the same. So therefore, distance between the ports, you can take any one. Distance between the ports is equal to 6 times x minus 1. 6 times 11 minus 1, which is 6 into 10, which is 60 kilometers. Either this way, or what you can do is you can put it in the other expression also. Distance between the ports, instead of putting it in this 6x minus 1, you can put it here also. 5 times x plus 1 times 11 plus 1, 5 into 12, which is 60 kilometers. Okay. Any questions in this problem? The only
No,
mistake that
sir.
I had made was that the time I had interchanged. In fact, the time taken upstream is 6 hours, not 5 hours. Obviously, it will be more. Okay, and the time taken downstream was 5 hours. So that is why it became 5 times x plus 1. Okay, so if there are no